What up brothers, it's Clip King returning. Welcome back to my channel for another new review. The figure I'll be reviewing today is a ThreeZero Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo figure. As you can see, he's got him in an upright position, got his nunchucks under his arm, looking pretty much straight out of box. Recently reviewed the Leonardo figure. I hope you've checked out that review. I think both reviews will complement each other. And also I'd like to say thank you to Wyman for sending me this pair and tell you that both figures are for sale for £300 for this set, which is a really reasonable price. They're a lot more than that on eBay. And like I say, I get a feeling that they will sell, and if they don't, I'll just buy them myself. So massive thanks to him for trusting me with his figures. Please check out his website because he is trying to build his business back up, trying to make sure that everybody's sorted out, and also he's got an awesome sale on at the moment. So friends of mine, I hope you jump in and take advantage of that. Just a brief note, as I said on the Leonardo review, I have seen the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, and I don't know, it were only alright for me. It weren't great. It was very similar to like the Transformers style franchises we see. A lot of explosions, not much story, a little bit daft and childish, but I guess that's what it's aimed at, so that's probably why. I do like the design of the turtles though. I did say that on the Leonardo, and I like the recreation that we see here. But I'm going to jump in, I'm going to score up every category like I always do, give you a final score and give you the my total thoughts. I'll probably do an articulation test again on this, but even without that I am going to try and give you some really nice dynamic poses because a lot of other reviewers don't seem to want to do that. So let's jump in and talk about the packaging. And again, as I said with the Leonardo box, the first thing that hits you is the size. Obviously the bright artwork helps, but just the general size of the thing makes it very impressive to look at. The screenshot from the film, again, looks awesome. Only one thing I noticed, he does have like a tribal tattoo on his left shoulder, but the figure doesn't have that. I don't know why I keep picking up on that, but on the box it's very obvious, and then you check across with the figure and it doesn't have it, but it is a good shot anyway. You see that although they are turtles, they have a different look between Leonardo and Michelangelo. This is more the cute guy in the bunch, so to speak. And I do like the artwork, like I said. Michelangelo across the top in the orange lettering. Moving up, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, in the green lettering by Nickelodeon. And again, familiar sight on these less than awesome cardboard boxes is what we refer to as Parcel Force Corner. It will package it up awesomely in an outer package together. I think Leonardo's box was damaged on the back. This one has got a bit of a ding in the top corner. That's because, like I said, the cardboard, or the ply of the cardboard, is slightly less than we would get on a normal Hot Toys box, so that is probably why it would be easier to ding in. Down the spine, you see the orange bandana with the nunchucks sort of there, the chains down there. Moving down again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. The back is same as the front, minus the screenshot of the turtle, and then down the other side again, similar sort of thing as on the other spine. So really nice looking box. You could display them all together as a backdrop to your figures and it would look pretty good if you had space, that is. Bear in mind the box, like I said, is massive. Functionality wise is really good. The two clam trays inside house the figure and the accessories really nicely. The only niggling nitpick with the box is the player card they use. Not a massive thing. It stops me giving it a 5 out of 5, but I'm only going to drop it down to a 4. Moving on to the likeness. Move up. So waiting pose as if he's just about to push off onto the skateboard. Got one foot on. Got his nunchucks in his hand. He's going to push off with his left foot. And his nunchucks will be spinning. So let's talk facial likeness. As I move in, you can see it's got a totally different expression to Leonardo. They've got the really cute look about him. Also got the sort of snigger, his lip curled up at one side, which is really nice. You can see the teeth inside, which again looks pretty nice. Another thing, you see the sort of the pimples on the face, or the texture on the skin. and then you see the paint speckle. I will mention the black line just above the bandana. It looks to me like that is actually the border where the bandana is supposed to be painted up to, unless it's supposed to be some kind of wrinkle on his forehead. I'm not sure, but it just seems to be a little bit stand out. And I've looked at the pictures and a lot of people's looks the same, so I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be or what the situation is, but it just looks pretty obvious when you're looking at the bandana. The sculpt work on the bandana is really good again. It looks like layer on layer on layer. Then the orange blends into the cloth bandana at the back after it's been tied, which is a nice match. I do like that. Again, very similar to Leonardo. The eyes are painted quite nicely, although they lack depth. I think it might be something to do with the top coat varnish. It just doesn't give any depth at all. It doesn't give the appearance that it's wet. As well, I think, even when you get close, I'm looking through the viewfinder now, not the cleanest painted eyes I've ever seen, let's just say it like that. Moving down, the nostrils look pretty good, and then down into the mouth, you see the divide of the lip, although it is pretty much just a sort of flat colour. There's no difference in the skin surrounding the mouth and the lip colour. I think again the sculpt work is really good. It's just the paint that lets it down a little bit. It's not as green as the top of the head of the Leonardo figure, so it doesn't look as obvious. It's not a massive blend from a darker green to a light green. And what I will say is, on Michelangelo, where the green's sort of on the top of the head, in hand it looks very similar to the greens on the top of his shoulder or his upper chest. So again, it doesn't look as awkward as it does on Leonardo. But very characteristic. That is the thing I like about it. Like I say, it has got that cheeky, sort of that young fucking scamp look about it. And that is the character that he has in the gang, if I remember rightly. So I think he does fit in theme with some of the poses as well. Sort of the kid playing look. But nice work. What I will say as well is, I think I made this point clear when I did Leonardo. When you see it in pictures, it don't do it any favours. I hope the video makes it look a lot cleaner than the pictures show. But again, I'm not going to lie to you and say it is the most awesome paintwork I've ever seen, because that's not the case. But what I would say is, it's definitely good enough. And when you've got them posed on a shelf and you're that distance away, a metre or maybe a metre and a half, it does look awesome and does have an awesome presence. You can definitely tell who it is. So for the likeness, I'm going to say the sculpt is amazing. The paint lets it down a little bit, but not massively, so I'm going to give the likeness a 4 and a possible 5. Moving on to his outfit, and before we talk outfit, what I'm just going to demonstrate is, again, awesomely balanced figures these. He's on the skateboard, there's nothing supporting him, there's no stand holding him, it's basically just his weight evenly distributed on the skateboard. I can even get him bouncing like that by just putting my weight on the room floor, and he still don't look like he's going to fall anywhere. So respect to ThreeZero for that. Really well weighted figures. Let's talk outfit. We'll start at the top. I've already covered the bandana. I do like the sculpt into the fabric. Does match really well and looks really nice. His straps, again, like I said with Leonardo, do look awesome. The little buckles and wraps and duct tape in places looks really good, looks authentic. The seatbelt buckle looks amazing. Faux leather, all of it. Sometimes the shinier looking one feels a little bit tacky to the touch. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I think maybe it's just not been out of the box long enough. He then has the sort of the like shell necklace with the little trinket on the end, and then the beads with the sunglasses hung around it. The sunglasses are not removable, so don't try that, but looks good. As we move down to his waist, he's got like a grey grubby hoodie tied around his waist. Now I think you could untie that and remove it, but I'm going to leave it alone because I get a feeling that if I remove it, I'm not going to get it back on and look authentic, so I'm going to leave it as it is. As you see, there is damage and weathering on the jogging suit hoodie, and it does look good. Moving down, he sort of has a mixed media kind of, they're like shorts on one leg, as you can see, It's rubberized grey with the orange highlight, and then the perforated section on the inside of his leg. A separate crotch section, and inside that these are attached by fabric, which you can sort of see there. Again, down the other leg. Moving down, the only restriction the outfit has on the articulation is because this this sort of trouser goes all the way down on the left leg, and then round the knee it's got the red band wrapped round with a duct tape, and then a knee pad on top. It sort of bunches up a little bit on that left leg, so hinders the sort of knee bend on it. Not so much on the right leg, because it just has sort of a floating knee pad. There's elasticated at the back, and that can be moved to hide his kneecap. Moving down, he then has the gauze wrappings around his ankles, down into an homemade sort of sneaker. You see the M emblem at the back. They just give the impression that the bits of crap that he's found in the sewer and just sort of sewn together a makeshift trainer covering his sort of split toe design foot. Again, same on the other foot. So the outfit does look awesome again. I'll mention on the arms, again, it's the gauze wrapping, the bandages on the forearms, down into the hands, and then the sort of knuckle dusters which are attached through his hand on the elastic. And that's the same on the other hand, but he also has like a dog tag chain wrapped around his wrist. All looks awesome, all looks pretty accurate. It works well with the theme of the character, sort of skater dude. Does look really good. All the fabrics used really well. Like I said, the only hindrance from the articulation is because this is a full-length rubber suit on top of his rubberized skin, so it's just the build-up of material that hinders the articulation there. But I think all in all, it looks pretty awesome. I've now spoke for about 4 minutes. I'm moving around the figure. My feet are moving in the bedroom, so I'm distributing weight from one place to another, and he's still not fell off his skateboard. That is awesome any way you slice it. I hope you like that pose, because it was pretty easy to do. But I'm going to turn it around, I'll show you the back, and then I'll score the outfit. Still holding his balance, moving up. That's the hoodie. You can see the hood sort of dangling down there. And then that's sort of the waistband section. Again, looks authentic. Moving up, again, the shell looks very realistic. The sculpt is awesome. The paintwork is awesome. Just looks turtle-tastic. Looking good. On the outfit, the only thing that brings it down for me on this one is, like I said, the build-up of material because of rubber on rubber, and then the duct tape and the rag around there, and then the knee pad. Like I say, is a full-length one on that leg, but not on that leg. Along with the fact that there isn't a real lot to the outfit, so it's not the most intricate thing I've ever seen, but what there is looks fantastic and works really well. So I'm going to score the outfit a 4 out of a possible 5. Short interlude, how to demo. Don't want to make this a separate video, so I'm going to put it into this review. For the next pose I want to do, I want to have his nunchucks been flailed around. So, to make that look accurate, obviously I need him holding one and having it look like the other end is spinning. But because this is chain, all I can get him to do is that. So I'm going to use a technique I think I've pretty much invented, to be honest. I'm going to take credit whether I did or didn't. I used it on my sort of Daredevil custom figure. I also used it on the Ghost Rider with his chain. All I'm going to use, I've got a spool of wire, as you can see here. I'm going to make that fit on the chain. I'm going to knot it at that end and that will allow me to pose the other end, hopefully. I'm just hoping that the other handle isn't too heavy for the wire to hold it. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to measure the length of the chain. I'm going to cut that just over the length, feed it through the chain, attach it to this and this, cut the straggler bits off, and then it should hold like it's moving around. So I'll do that and I'll cut back in a minute. So as you look now, what I've got is I've got the wire fed through every second link, which gives that effect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist that inside the big loop, that end and that end, so it will hold in position and stay solid. And then I'm going to cut off the spare pieces. So now I've done that. You see, that's the one that's not been done, so it will move freely. This is the one I have. I basically wrapped it around the metal part there, fed it through there, wrapped it around the metal there. So now if he's holding it, it will look like the nunchuck is moving away from him. So I'm going to get him posed up. Now I've got it like that and show you the effect it will give you. So demonstration complete. Little interlude for you, treat you, because I'm not going to do an articulation test on this figure. If you want to know how it moves, check the Leonardo review because it's very similar. I'll tell you about the restrictions though when I've showed you the pose. So he's spinning that one round with his right hand and he's twirling the one with his left hand. So as I move away, I think we can all set together, sing along with the champ. That looks fucking amazing. Why has nobody else thought about that? That's what you're thinking. Clipper, you're a fucking genius and you deserve your elevated position in this community. I can pretty much hear it through YouTube. That looks fucking awesome. I don't give a fuck what any of you say. That looks beastly. Companies don't do it for you. Uncle Rick will do it. It's easy. You just need some fucking wiring. Nice and tidy like that. Nice and tidy like that. Beautiful. No damage done. No tricky alterations. And it's looking sweet. Right, articulation. Let's talk about it. From the feet are on a ball joint and do move and support him very nicely. The foot on the board, or the both feet on the board, or even like that, it will support him. No stand required. Awesome articulation and the pose will hold. Good bends in his knees, a lot better than you would think, down to the soft rubber of the outer suit and the nice strong frame of the inner suit. I will say the pad can be moved freely so it doesn't hinder the articulation. Not so much with the left leg, which is rubber on rubber on rubber, so there is a slight hindrance there that Leonardo doesn't suffer from. Moving up again, you've got the mixed media of fabrics, so you've sort of got the cloth with the rubberized sections. It's split, like I said, there is a section in there as you can see, and then the short on that side and the full length leg on that side. Moving up, he has rotation through the waist. He also has a crunch section inside there, just above where his jumper's tied, so that does work nicely. His body is all soft rubber or silicone, works awesomely. Same with his arms. If you pull them out extreme, you can see the frame underneath, but you can also move it around to cover that up. Like there, the upper body will fold to allow the arm to come across him, like so. And then obviously, when you move it about, you can see as the soft rubber of his body and his soft rubber arms, they do move. It always looks pretty natural. The shell is pretty hard, so, and it doesn't get in the way. Neither do his straps or his necklaces, anything like that. His head moves quite freely on a ball joint, which is nice. If it pops off, it's easy to pop back in, and then he has soft rubber neck that tucks into his head sculpt. The wrists and feet, like I've said, are on ball joints and do move freely, which is good because you can have his hands holding the things very naturally. So they do work well also. A lot better than I thought when I saw the pictures. In hand, I'm just amazing myself with the pose I can get out of him. So for that reason, and like I've said before, I'll cover this again. Sometimes I say I make allowances for a Predator, an Iron Man, or something that's not really supposed to articulate that well. Something like Robocop. These turtles are supposed to articulate well, and I think they've done them as well as possibly can be done. I don't think you could get a Predator anywhere near some of these poses, and it was very hard to get the Alien anywhere near these poses. But these can do it, and I'm glad they do, because at the end of the day, they might be mutants, they might be teenagers, they might be turtles, but they're also ninjas, don't ever forget it. So you've got to get your poses looking pretty extreme, and I'm loving that pose. You can all tell me how good it is in comment section if you will. But the articulation is getting a 4 out of a possible 5. Moving on to extras. As we move away, show you the pose. Again, got him swirling, got him attacking, both nunchucks swinging. His arms are pretty much across his chest. Looking fucking fresh. I'm loving posing this figure up. You've got to recognise. Look at that, that's beautiful. No stand required. Again, he's on his front foot, balance with his left, balance with his right, weight on left. Again, looking fucking natural, looking beautiful. If you've had these figures for a few weeks, you're like, I've got them posed up right, I've got no room for them, don't know what to do. Fucking either send them me free of charge and I'll look after them for you, or get his fucking sense sorted out and get some poses out of them, for fuck's sake. I'm sick of seeing group shots on Facebook and nobody's got a fucking clue what to do with him. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. Anyway, let's talk about the extras. You see, again, 2 pairs of spare hands. So we've got the really open, relaxed hands. That will hold his nunchuck sort of both handles in one hand. I've seen the pose done, although I haven't done it in the review. It is a nice casual look, but I'm getting extreme today. I'm not getting casual, so I haven't used them. That is a left and a right. You also get a left and a right fist. Notice they're sculpted awesomely, painted really well, and then the bandage that's wrapped around him feels really nice, tight and secure. So I do like that. And then again, it has the metal knuckle duster that's held on with the elastic, and it don't keep coming off, so that is also a nice touch. Another extra is the powered skateboard. You see the 2 jet engines, one there, and it's pretty much made out of like a shopping trolley wheel, and this little wheel, it looks like it has suspension on it, although it's not really functioning. The board is nicely sculpted and painted, as you can see. Move around, you can see the sort of the thrusters. A nice touch, nice detail underneath where the wheels attach. Will support his weight, as I showed you in the second pose, and a really nice inclusion. I just wish that all the others included something like that. I know Donatello's pretty fully loaded, but Raphael and Leonardo aren't so much. So really nice touch. His main extras, I would say, are his nunchucks. As you see, I did wire these and they're still posed as such. They could have given you a set that were wired and a set that just had the chain for the natural look, but it's not too hard to do them yourself. Look at what I've done there for you. That's beastly, isn't it? Straight out of fucking comics, straight off at movie screen, straight into Uncle Clipper's video. You can pause these videos at any point. Make sure you're on HD, get your center screenshot and pretend that you've took them. Only thing that's going to get away is this wallpaper background. Everybody recognises it. Even when I put it on eBay, they think, nah, that's fucking... Whew, breathe a sigh of relief. That's Uncle Clipper that's selling there, because I recognise his fucking pictures. But do it, because I know that's awesome. I don't want to give myself too credit, and you know I don't like to blow my own horn. I'm very reserved. Some people say I don't give myself full credit for how great I really am, and I would have to agree with that. But like I said, good extras what you get, but you don't get shitloads. Again, no stand, although he doesn't need it. No separate head sculpt, although this one's really good. I do like the inclusion of the board, but I'm giving it a point for that. A point for the spare hands, a point for the weapons. So Michelangelo gets 3 out of a possible 5. Cowabunga, dudes. Let's move on to value. I'll probably do a sum up as well. Just show you the pose first. Again, to display the balance and the quality of the body. No stand required. Still supporting his full weight on the right leg. So as I move away, he's gone party mode. Still swirling his nunchucks as I've showed. Looking pretty sexy. Right, as I've said before, Wyman's borrowed me these figures to review and then sell from here, or send back and he'll sell from his site. It's £300 for the pair plus shipping, which is an awesome price. Beats eBay every day at week and twice on a Sunday. So awesome value. I think the price of the figures will go up because I've seen some on eBay for about $260 already. I don't know if they're worth that, but they're definitely worth more than $150. I've said before, I'm very, very tempted to buy them myself, but for me to do that, I've got to create some space and I've got to create about 4 people space. So that's pretty hard for me to do because my collection's down to the figures I really love at the minute. But I might do it. Anyway you slice it, the value is good. Some people have said they look cheap. I would disagree. I don't know. I've not had as much fun with figures for quite a long time, and even thinking back, the last figures that I was really buzzing about, I loved Superman, the new one. I really like the new Iron Man, but before that it would have probably been the damn Toys figures. So it's nice to see something refreshing and new from ThreeZero. They've done awesome work. People can say, oh, they look cheap. It's normally the people who ain't got them in hand that are saying that, and people are only looking at pictures. Yeah, the paintwork is sloppy in places. Sometimes some of the folds in the skin can be unsightly, but all in all, the top figures and a right laugh to have. So, value-wise, at $150 is a cheeky little bargain every day at week. So, I'm going to give it a 5 for value, and that is a pretty easy 5. Like I said, I wish that ThreeZero would have just sent me the full set direct. Even if I could have sent them back, whatever, I would have liked to have seen them all together because that would have changed up my videos. Now I want to review them separately, but I would have followed that with some group shots as well. But I can't do that because I'm only holding Leonardo and Michelangelo at the minute. So do I buy them to keep them till I can get the other two, or do I let these sell and then try and pick the other two up and do two more separate reviews? I don't know. Like I said, I just wish that ThreeZero would have fucking trusted me with a full set. But anyway, they didn't. The full score on this figure is 24 out of a possible 30. It just beats Leonardo by 1 point, simply because it brought the skateboard. I'm going to call it a scooter for some reason. It brings the skateboard, which Leonardo didn't. Leonardo articulates a little bit easier than Michelangelo, but they complement each other really well. I don't know which I would pick over the others. I wouldn't choose one, if I'm being honest. If I didn't have them all, I wouldn't want any. So, awesome figures. Thanks to Wyman for lending them me. Thanks to you guys for continuing to watch me. Check out some of my photos on Instagram because I have took loads. Please enjoy my review. Please share it, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. My channel's flying at the moment, and while it continues to fly, I continue to stay around. It's when it drops off, and I can't understand why. That's when I feel like saying, oh, fuck all this. I'm getting too old for this bullshit to keep putting work in and not getting no rewards. But like I said, at the minute I'm doing about 10,000 views per night and about 20 subscribers, I think, and that makes it worthwhile to me. Money, what I get is fucking minimal because AdSense has gone down fucking pan a little bit a minute, but while I'm enjoying it, I don't mind sticking around. So thanks to you guys. I know I give you shit and I know I blow my own horn, and it is part of the character when I'm singing my own praises all the time. I don't really think I'm all that. If you met me in person, you would see a different side of me. But it is part of the reviewing character, and I do appreciate you guys. Not so much the people who just pop up to give me shit, but the guys who are good to me, I do respect you and appreciate you. So thanks for that. Thanks for watching. But for now, it's the Clipper King, and I'm out of here. Couple of cheeky little after credit posers. Don't tell nobody it's a secret. If you've hung about, you're getting to see this footage. If you jumped off as soon as I said I'm out of here, you're a fucking sucker. You didn't get to see these secret little 3 or 4 poses I'm doing for you. Still got the nunchuck swirling. That wire works a treat, brothers. If you've got them, do it. I'll respect you for it. And another one coming at you. Ooh. Sweeping camera work, beautiful, lovely jubbly. And just a cheeky last one for you. Just going in upright position, just twirling away like a majorette. Boom, Bruce Lee-tastic. Hope you enjoyed that review, brothers. But for now, it's me and Michelangelo, and we're out of here.